Hi, are you learning English? Great. Here we learn through stories. They are simple and interesting. You can improve English while learning knowledge. Remember to subscribe, like and comment. Let's get started.
Hello, everybody. I'm very happy you are here today. If you are learning English, I have a question for you. Do you ever forget new English words? Maybe you learn 5 new words today, but tomorrow you remember only 1 or 2. If that happens to you, don't worry, you are not alone. Many people have the same problem. Learning English is fun, but sometimes it's hard to remember new words. That's okay. Today, we will learn many simple and fun ways to help you remember English words better. Why is vocabulary important? Let's start with this question. Why are English words important? Well, words are like building blocks. If you want to build a house, you need bricks. If you want to build a sentence, you need words. Without words, you cannot speak, write, read, or listen. You may know some grammar, but if you don't know enough words, it's hard to say what you want. Imagine this. You are in a restaurant in New York. You want to ask for a glass of water. You know the grammar, can I have? But you forget the word water. Oh no, you feel nervous. Maybe you point to the glass. Maybe you say, that please. It's not easy. But if you remember the word, you can say, can I have a glass of water, please? That sounds great. You feel more confident. You smile. The waiter smiles too. That's why learning and remembering vocabulary is so important. Also, when you know more words, you can understand English better. You can watch English movies, listen to music, or read stories without checking the dictionary every 2 minutes. That makes learning more fun. Common problems when learning new words. Now let's talk about some common problems. Many students study hard but still forget words. Why does that happen? Problem 1. You learn too many words at one time. Let's say you try to learn 30 new words today. That's too much. Your brain gets tired. You forget most of them the next day. Problem 2. You don't use the words. Maybe you remember the word elephant, but when you want to say it, you can't remember how to use it in a sentence. That's because you never used it in real life. Problem 3. You forget the pronunciation. You see the word, though, but how do you say it? If you're not sure, you might avoid saying it. That's not good. Problem 4. Learning is boring. Some people just read word lists. Word meaning, next word meaning. That's not fun. If learning is boring, your brain stops paying attention. But don't worry. For every problem, there is a solution. In the next part, we will talk about fun, easy ways to learn words. Tips to help you remember words. Now that we understand some of the common problems, let's talk about the best ways to remember English words. These tips are simple, easy to use, and most of all, fun. 1. Use flashcards. Flashcards are a great way to learn new words. You can buy them, or you can make your own. On one side of the card, write the word. On the other side, write the meaning or draw a picture that helps you understand the word. For example, for the word dog, you can draw a picture of a dog or write, a dog is an animal that barks. You can also use apps like Anki or Quizlet. These apps let you create digital flashcards on your phone. They help you review words again and again, which is great for remembering. 2. Learn words in sentences. Another fun way to remember words is by learning them in sentences. For example, if you learn the word eat, don't just memorize it by itself. Instead, make a sentence like, I eat lunch at 12 p.m. every day. When you use the word in a sentence, you understand how it fits into real life. It's easier to remember, and it's also more fun. The more sentences you make, the better you will understand how to use the word. You can also use new words in your conversations. This will help you remember them even better. 3. Add pictures. Pictures are powerful tools for remembering words. Let's say you're learning the word apple. If you see a picture of an apple when you learn the word, your brain connects the word and the image. This makes it easier to remember the word the next time you see it. So, when you learn a new word, find a picture that matches. It could be a real photo, or you can even draw your own picture. It doesn't matter. What matters is that your brain connects the word with something visual. 4. Read and listen in English. One of the best ways to remember new words is by seeing and hearing them many times. The more you hear and read, the more familiar the words become. You can start with simple English stories. If you do know where to find them, you can search for short English stories online or use apps that offer easy-to-read books. Another good way is to listen to English podcasts or watch YouTube videos. Try to find videos or podcasts that talk about things you enjoy. This way, you will be interested and excited to learn the words. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just keep listening, and soon you will start recognizing more and more words. 5. Use spaced repetition. Here's a technique that helps you remember words for a long time: spaced repetition. This method means reviewing words after a few days. For example, review a word today, then review it again after 3 days, and then again after a week. Why does this work? Because your brain needs time to practice and remember things. By reviewing words at different times, you help your brain store them in long-term memory. The more you review, the easier it will be to remember words for good. 6. Write a vocabulary notebook. Writing things down helps you remember them better. One of the best ways to remember new words is by keeping a vocabulary notebook. In your notebook, write down the new words you learn. Next to each word, write its meaning and an example sentence. For example, let's say you learn the word quiet. Write, quiet, not making much noise. Example sentence: the library is very quiet. I like to study there. By writing words and their meanings, you can review them anytime. It's also fun to look back at your notebook and see how much you've learned. You can also add small drawings next to the words or highlight the most important words. This will make your notebook colorful and interesting. 7. Make silly stories. A fun and creative way to remember words is by making silly stories. When you learn a new word, try to create a funny story using that word. The more unusual or silly the story, the easier it will be to remember the word. For example, if you learn the word cat, imagine a cat wearing a hat and riding a bicycle. The funnier or more unusual the story, the better your brain will remember the word. When you think of the word later, you'll remember the funny story you created, and that will help you remember the word too. 8. Practice pronunciation. It's not enough just to know the meaning of a word. You also need to know how to pronounce it correctly. If you're not sure how to say a word, you might feel shy to use it. But don't worry, practice makes perfect. You can use tools like Google Translate or online dictionaries to listen to the pronunciation of words. After you hear it, repeat the word out loud. Try to say it just like the speaker. You can even record yourself to check your pronunciation. The more you practice speaking the words, the easier it will be to say them confidently when you talk to others. 9. Label things around you. Here's another fun idea. Label things around your house with their English names. For example, put a sticky note on the door that says door, on the window that says window, and on the table that says table. Every time you see the word, you'll remember it. This is an easy way to learn words for everyday objects. It's a great way to surround yourself with English. The more you see the words, the better you will remember them. 10. Make learning fun. Finally, remember to make learning English fun. If you enjoy what you're doing, you'll learn faster and remember more words. So, find ways to make learning exciting for you. You can listen to your favorite music in English, play English games, or watch funny English videos. Try different ways to make learning feel like a game, not a chore. When you're having fun, your brain works better, and you'll remember words more easily. Practice makes perfect. Now that we know some great tips for remembering words, let's talk about how to practice them. Remember, practice is the key to success. The more you use the words, the easier it will be to remember them. And it doesn't have to be hard work. Just a little practice every day can make a big difference. 1. Pick 5 new words each day. One easy way to practice is to choose 5 new words each day. Write them down in your vocabulary notebook. For each word, write the meaning and make a sentence. For example, let's say you pick the words apple, happy, run, book, and play. Apple, a fruit that is red, green, or yellow. Example sentence, I eat an apple every day. Happy, feeling good and smiling. Example sentence, I am happy when I play with my dog. Run, to move fast with your legs. Example sentence, I run in the park every morning. Book, a thing you read. Example sentence, I am reading a good book right now. Play, to have fun with something. Example sentence, I like to play video games with my friends. Once you have your 5 words, try to use them during the day. You can say the sentences out loud to yourself. You can also use them in messages to friends or even in your journal. The more you use the words, the better you will remember them. 2. Shadowing. Copy what you hear. If you don't have someone to practice English with, don't worry. You can still practice by using a method called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to someone speak in English, like in a video, podcast, or movie, and then repeating what they say. Try to copy the person's voice, speed, and pronunciation. You can repeat the words right after they say them, or try to say them at the same time. Shadowing helps you practice speaking and listening at the same time. It's a fun way to improve both your vocabulary and your speaking skills. 3. Change your environment. You can also practice by changing your environment. For example, you can set your phone or computer to English. When you see English words on your phone or computer screen, you will start getting used to them. You can also watch TV shows or movies in English with subtitles. When you hear the words and see them written at the same time, your brain will remember them faster. If you don't understand everything, don't worry. Just keep watching and you'll get better every time. 4. Use fun apps. Technology can make learning fun and easy. There are many apps that help you practice English vocabulary. Some great apps are Duolingo, Memrise, and Anki. These apps use games and quizzes to teach you new words. You can use them anytime, whether you're waiting for the bus or relaxing at home. Apps are a fun way to practice every day. You don't have to study for hours. Just spend a few minutes a day, and you'll see great progress over time. 5. Write a journal in English. Writing is another fun way to practice. You don't have to write long stories or essays. Just write a few sentences every day about your life. For example, you can write about what you did today or how you felt. Try to use your new words in your journal. Writing helps you remember words because you have to think about them more carefully. It also helps you practice using words in real sentences. Don't worry about mistakes, just keep writing. You'll get better and better. Learning together, the power of practice partners. Sometimes, learning English can feel like a solo journey, but it doesn't have to be. Learning with others can make your practice more fun and motivating. You can find a language partner, someone who is also learning English. You can practice together, talk about new words, and help each other out. You can meet a language partner online through language exchange websites or apps, or you can join a study group. If you're shy about speaking, don't worry. You can start by chatting in writing, sending messages, or even sending voice notes. Having a partner helps you stay motivated. You can talk about your progress, share new words you've learned, and even challenge each other. It's also a great way to practice speaking and listening in a relaxed, fun way. If you don't have a partner, you can also practice in online forums or groups. Many people who are learning English like to share tips and practice together. There's always someone who can help answer questions or suggest new words to learn. Record yourself and listen. Here's a great tip to build confidence. Record yourself speaking in English. You can talk about your day, read a story, or practice new words. Once you've recorded yourself, listen to it. When you listen to your recording, you can hear your mistakes. This helps you improve your pronunciation and speaking skills. You can also compare your pronunciation with the correct one. Don't worry about sounding perfect, just practice. Recording yourself is a great way to track your progress. You can listen to an old recording after a month or two and see how much you've improved. It's a fun way to stay motivated and feel proud of your progress. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. When learning a language, mistakes are a natural part of the process. Every time you make a mistake, you're learning something new, so don't be afraid of making mistakes. If you don't remember a word, that's okay. If you say something wrong, that's okay too. The most important thing is that you keep trying. Think of mistakes as small steps toward improving. Every mistake helps you learn. And remember, progress is more important than perfection. If you keep practicing a little bit every day, you will see amazing progress over time. Stay positive and keep going. Learning English can be difficult at times, but it's also a lot of fun. Remember, learning a language is not a race. It's okay if you don't remember every word or if you make mistakes. What matters is that you keep going. Try to enjoy the process. Have fun with new words, make up funny stories, listen to English music, and watch movies in English. The more you enjoy the process, the more you will want to keep learning. Think about the progress you've made so far. Every word you remember is a step closer to fluency. You're doing a great job. Let's review and take action. Now that we've learned so many tips, let's quickly review what we've covered. Why vocabulary is important. Words help you speak, write, listen, and read. The more words you know, the easier English becomes. Common problems: forgetting words, not using them in sentences, and getting bored. These are normal problems for every learner. Great tips for remembering words. Use flashcards to practice. Learn words in sentences. Use pictures to help remember. Read and listen to English regularly. Use spaced repetition to review words over time. Keep a vocabulary notebook. Make silly stories with your new words. Practice pronunciation. Label things around your house with their English names. Practice tips. Choose 5 words each day and use them. Try shadowing, repeat what you hear. Change your environment to surround yourself with English. Use apps like Duolingo and Anki. Write a daily journal in English. The most important thing is to practice every day. Even just 5 minutes a day will help you get better. Now it's your turn. Pick 5 words you want to learn today. Write them down, make sentences, and try to use them throughout your day. Keep practicing, and you'll see amazing results.
Hey, if you learned something new today, please give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really helps to create more English videos for you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.